Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to Heroic Ulthrax the Devourer PTR beta testing. So this is the first boss of the raid, and it's a pretty simple one, pretty straightforward one. Throughout the fight, you're going to get these webs across the room, and if you run on top of them, you get rooted for like 8 seconds. On Mythic, it's much nastier apparently, but on Heroic, that's all it does. You can see you can clear it with stuff like Blessing of Freedom. You can just run into it and get rooted as well and take a little bit of a dot. That's fine too. And there is a like poison dot thing. I'm not actually sure if it's I don't think it is a poison, but there is a, you know, nasty acidic dot thing that puts a green circle around you that you can also use to clear those webs. So the webs are kind of all over the platform, all around the boss. And you can also, I guess, manipulate where they are by dragging the boss around. So instead of having it in the middle, there, those green circles you can see are the things that will clear some of the webs. There's also a frontal going on. That's a tank mechanic. The boss will frontal the tank, put 19 or 18 stacks of this healing reduction on them. And until they have less than 10 stacks, they're actually healing immune. So that's, you're supposed to tank swap on that. It also has this mechanic, which puts a big soak circle on somebody. And then when that expires, it'll do some split damage to everybody hit, and it will start gripping all of them in under the boss. If you get under the boss during that time, you get killed very quickly. And the strength of the grip is proportional to the amount of people that were in the soak. So the fewer people soak, the nastier the grip in is. So that's phase one. And then here comes the intermission phase thing. The boss will cast this Chittering Swarm, which creates a bunch of these little egg wrap things you can see sort of starting to spawn. And those will turn into little ads soon. Meanwhile, the boss is going to burrow and then start doing these charges across the room. The charges will hit you for damage, or also you'll take extra damage if you're by the end point of the charge. But otherwise, it just does a small bit of raid damage. And these spawn are mostly forgettable. They do a little stacking bleed, so you don't want to get just freely hit by them, but you mostly just want to try and clean these things up quickly. When they die, they drop 2 of these chunky viscera, and these can be picked up, and that gives you an extra action button. After a bit of time, the boss is going to come up, I think, under a group of players. It'll clear webs wherever it comes up, which is definitely nice. And then you can use your extra action button to feed the boss. Feeding the boss increases its energy. I think until it has full energy, every so often it's going to start casting this Hungering Bellow. And that is something that will increase its physical damage dealt and just keep stacking and do a bunch of physical damage. So the goal, I think, is to feed it all the way up. As you can see, all of us are grabbing these viscera, throwing them in. It looks like each of them is doing 5 energy every time we feed. And now we've got him up to full energy. He yells out, "Still hungry," but now he's no longer like red. And he stopped casting all the bellows. So that seems like the pattern there, and now you can see his energy is slowly starting to deplete, and I think maybe it'll be intermission time when it runs out again. I'm not 100% sure, but that's, I think, how it works. And then from there, you're just in phase 1 again. The only other mechanic of note that I failed to mention so far is that every so often he will put a dot on everybody. He'll just do like a venom lash thing and put a nasty dot on everybody. Not that nasty, actually, of course. I mean, it is a first boss, so a little bit of stuff going on this boss. Not too much, though. Pretty, I think, understandable one. Definitely the tank debuff there of giving you healing immune for like 8 seconds and then slowly ramping down your healing absorption is going to be a lot nastier for like blood decays than it is for warriors. And yeah, I was actually right. It is a poison that you can dispel to make the green circle go off, and that will clear extra webs. But yeah, that's all there is to Ulthrax the Devourer. Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.